John McEnroe first appeared at Wimbledon in 1977, a 17-year-old qualifier who went all the way to the semifinals. Even then, it was clear that he was something different. The others just played tennis. McEnroe played music on the court. Like classic opera, he is at once soaring and lyrical, but also contentious, sometimes even tragic. He puts you in mind of the Phantom of the Opera, who debuted on another London stage several years ago. That character, like this, is brilliant yet haunted, a virtuoso but also a villain, at once an angel of darkness and an angel of music.
I am your angel of music. Come to me, angel of music.
By the mid-'80s, McEnroe had written and composed 3 Wimbledon championships, but there was also this kind of music.
You got the absolute hit of the world, you know that? You like that one? But she called it in, you didn't say anything. Why didn't you call it? What did you play on? You cannot be serious. That ball was on the line. Chalk flew up.
People yelling super Brad at me and that whole bit, and that doesn't, make one feel too good.
Power in this game, you're never working on a court again, you understand me? You're pathetic, you know that? You are the worst umpire that I've ever seen in my life. You're never gonna work another match 5 innings. No mistakes so far in this match, right? You haven't overruled anything. No mistakes whatsoever. Answer my question! The question, jerk!
I'm just 24 years old. I'm not 50 years old or 40, and I make mistakes. It's unfortunate that they're magnified 100 to 1,000 times every time I do it.
In early 1986, McEnroe's artistic temperament tired. He took a 6-month sabbatical, and when he tried a comeback at the U.S. Open, Paul Annacone dismissed him in the first round. Who knows the torment McEnroe suffered losing to lesser players like Wally Masur in the second round of last summer's Wimbledon. But if he was tempted to quit, there were the echoes of his own brilliant melodies. What must it be like behind that mask? Talent and temperament warring against each other? His wife, Tatum O'Neal, must know. Born to a family of performers, she understood the subterranean dungeon where the Phantom of the Opera composed his music. She lit candles in his world, 2 sons who balanced McEnroe's life. Still, the greatest tennis players in the world must have wondered if their genius competitor would ever play his music on center court again.
Why so silent, good monsieur? Did you think that I had left you for good? Have you missed me, good messieurs? I have written you an opera.
The first act, nearly 2 weeks ago, featured Darren Cahill, a good monsieur from Australia. The dramatic script called for McEnroe for the first time in his career to come from 2 sets down to win. Next was John Fitzgerald, another Australian. Again, McEnroe fell behind. But his on-court theatrics unnerved Fitzgerald, turned the momentum, and yielded another victory. The next to last act brought Mats Wilander onto center stage, but the angel of music played him an aria so sweet it drew gasps of wonder from the audience. Then Friday, the semifinals and a duet with Stefan Edberg.
the point of no return. No backward glances. The games we played till now are at an end. All thought of if or when. No use resisting. Abandon thought and let the dream descend.
Match point and exit cue for the Phantom. But in defeat, here was McEnroe reflecting not on his capricious first serve or failed strategies, but on his family, who delivered him back to this stage.
I feel like the juggling act of combining a marriage with children and tennis is improving. And I'd like to be able to do some things where I could win some big tournaments and be able to say, hey, I was able to do this with my wife and my family because that's really what it's all about. And I want to be able to sort of share those things with them.
You alone can make my song take flight. It's over now, the music of the night.
Yes, this performance is ended. But even as we enjoyed Becker and Edberg, it must be acknowledged that a defeated semifinalist lit up this Wimbledon like no other player. Let us be lucky enough to savor John McEnroe, virtuoso or villain, in all his wonderful complexity for many operas to come.